Namaste, Jai Bharat. Bharat is a land with many languages, many regions, not really different, but variations, varieties of language, variety of geography, food habits, etc., etc., etc. So, way back when the education policy was formed or getting formed by the Muslims, seriously, the education ministers of Bharat were all Muslims for a long time. So much so, history was wrongly represented, glorifying Mughal period and ignoring the Hindu kingdoms, Cholas, the greatest, longest living dynasty in the world. Vijayanagara, there's no mention. Everyone is taught about Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Shah Jahan, etc. Everybody is taught. In schools, these were taught so enthusiastically as they the welfare kings of Bharat. They were not Bharatiyas. The official language also was not anything but Persian. This is a thing which is known to everybody. I am just repeating it. So that time they had a three language formula for the southern states as education policy in schools, and these three language formula was thought to be not necessary in the northern states. Southern states, the four southern states, that is where Telugu is spoken, where Kannada is spoken, where Tamil is spoken, and where Malayalam is spoken. Four languages. All these places, they were asked to learn Hindi as a third language. And they have not done it elsewhere. Practically, they were not learning a third language. They were learning two languages, English and Hindi. No other language. English, two papers, English 1, English 2. And the mother tongue language, be it Tamil, be it Malayalam, be it Kannada, be it Telugu, paper 1 and paper 2. And the third language was Hindi, compulsory, only one paper. This used to be the formula. And there were many criticisms from the South people who are the remote cousins of cutting South. Remote cousins of cutting South of today. There are very ambitious people who want South to be cut. That's a different story. They fail to see the wonders of Bharat with these petty differences. But the new education policy is overcoming this. They were telling three languages formula in the Hindi speaking area also. Actually, how many they complained from Tamil Nadu in particular is that North Indian need not to learn Hindi because Hindi is their mother tongue. Now I am asking this question. We are all Indians, people of Bharat. How many people speak Hindi as mother tongue in our nation? We have Madhya Pradesh. They'll speak a language akin to Hindi, but they have their many different dialects. Different dialects of Hindi. UP, of course. Bihar again, Hindi alright, but then they have again different versions of dialects. It's like Marithili, Magahi, Bhojpuri, even in UP. Varanasi, they speak more Bhojpuri. These are all smaller languages, but you simply look at them as Hindi. That's not Hindi. Avthi is away from Hindi. But there also Hindi is not people's mother tongue. And you come to Gujarat, Hindi is not the mother tongue of Gujaratis. Maharashtra, Marathi is the mother tongue but not Hindi. Rajasthan, Hindi is not the mother tongue. Then Haryana, Hindi is not the mother tongue, Haryanvi. Then Punjab, Hindi is not the mother tongue. Himachali. Look at the entire Bharat. Of course, Assam, Bengal, Odisha, you know. the mother tongues are different. So it's wrong to say that it is convenient to people in northern part of Bharat, the Aryavarta, that they don't have to learn a language because their mother tongue is Hindi. It's not the case that the mother tongue is Hindi. The difference is that in spite of the fact that people don't learn Hindi officially, even if they don't, they can speak in Hindi on a normal course of time. Someone who speaks Gujarati, Hindi comes naturally. Similarly, for all these people which have some relation to Hindi, it comes naturally without much effort. Same thing could happen all over the Bharat. With an effort, he can follow, he can understand, he can speak. The only problem is that people in South do not have that kind of an environment where they can speak in Hindi with the others. Otherwise, everywhere they have their own distinct mother tongues. So it is wrong to say that Hindi is the mother tongue of everybody. It's not mother tongue, but it's a language that keeps us united. That's a language we call it as Rashtra Bhasha happily. It's a language which is easy, which can communicate with everybody. These days, even in South, after the coming of Doordarshan, I have seen people in South also started learning Hindi. Though they may not be able to speak fluently, but they do understand and can speak with some effort. They were not totally ignorant. They are not totally ignorant about Hindi. They understand. They can respond. That's right after the coming of Doordarshan way back. These days, with more power, people traveling up down, they speak Hindi. Tota Hota I say, but they speak Hindi. That is a Kam Chalawa Hindi they can speak. So, this new education policy says learn one language extra, 3 language formula. And the UP is interestingly gave options of all the 4 South Indian languages. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam. They can take as a 3rd language. Maybe Sanskrit also must be there. And Sanskrit, of course, is very advisable in the sense that if we happen to learn Sanskrit, then it's easy to learn any language in Bharat. It's very easy. If you have a Sanskrit background, in 10 days or 15 days you will be able to speak, or you will understand in any case any language of Bharat except the dialects of Northeast or Kashmiri. But other Bharatiya languages which have their roots in Sanskrit is easily understood. That's provided you know Sanskrit. So Sanskrit would also be an option. I think so. But these 4 South Indian languages are given as an option. So do not dislike Hindi as getting imposed on people. That imposition had been good if at all it is imposed. I don't think that they have imposed Hindi in the South. To that extent of it, people liked study Hindi. People learned Hindi, they liked it. There are a lot of things that you enjoy while reading Hindi. And personally, I find that's the most used language for any kind of conversation. Even in serious discussions, we find Hindi convenient for discussions and talking. English always remains as something outside. Not that one cannot speak English. Maybe one can speak English better than Hindi, but nonetheless we prefer to speak Hindi because any Bharatiya language has the characteristics of having intimacy. Through a language of Bharat, when I personally can convince, I feel intimacy with them. I don't know how many people must have felt it, but I find it very intimate talking to people in any language which is Bharatiya, maybe any language, Bengali also, Assamese also, Punjabi also, Hindi also, Gujarati also, Marathi I don't know, but understand anything. So this hatred towards Hindi is baseless and one should do away with that. These things are created and devised by the people in the icebox who wanted us to be different, who wanted Bharat to be different. They never digested the oneness of Bharat and can never digest the oneness of Bharat. Such agencies will continue to work towards creating differences among the people of Bharat, but they fail totally in capital letters just because of one thing, that there is something that always had been keeping Bharat one, and that is the Sanskriti of Bharat, which we all share knowingly or unknowingly. We live in the Sanskriti culture, if you roughly translate it into English. So this three language formula, NEP of course insists for three language formula. I don't know which language people take in other states. UP, the South Indian languages I heard and seen. I heard. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.